Before we get into the video, I just need to make a quick before we get started, I need to make a quick announcement at the beginning of the video. There were some audio issues in this video and I've been making some adjustments. That's why this video was delayed a little bit. I'm doing a couple voiceovers. I'm re-recording the intro. So I'm going to look a little different here and there between the videos and the intro and stuff. I'm going to have a beard in one and not a beard in the other. So just know that I had audio issues. I'm working through it. This series isn't something I could have just re-recorded. I already built it, I already put the effort in, and I already did my first time, and I didn't want to take away from that and nullify it or make it seem like I was trying to change anything. So we're gonna roll through it and you guys are gonna see the creative process. I'm just gonna voice over the important decisions. Just warning, there's a little bit of a voiceover. It's gonna be a little janky, but this isn't how the series is typically. I just had to make some adjustments with audio issues, but it has since been fixed and we are now going to get into the video. Roll the intro. Stick 'em up, partner. This is a game of roulette. Commander Roulette, a game that is based off of randomly selected commanders that I have in here. So there's not randomly selected commanders. So these commanders aren't random. I put all these commanders in here. They're lower power commanders, less common commanders, ones that are harder to build decks around. And I have them in here, where one will be randomly selected and I will have to do on a bracket means budget system. What is that system, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I have a cheat sheet right here that discusses that. We spin a wheel once we pick a commander, and the wheel has between brackets 1 and brackets 4. Bracket 1 having a budget of $25, cheat sheet. Okay, I'm reading. Bracket 2, a budget of $50. Bracket 3, a budget of $100, and bracket 4, a budget of $350. Now, basic land costs are not factored into this price, just because we are working with a budget, and so it would be a little silly to factor in everything. So typically the only thing we cut from the price is the basic lands. Boop. Those don't count. Everything else counts. Down to the last penny, baby. And the coolest thing about this series is the fact that at the end of each episode, the commander that I built the Commander Roulette deck around, I'm gonna give it away. The commander is going to go to somebody that is interested. You're gonna comment down below of the video, letting me know you're interested in any way. I want that commander. I like that commander. Me want. Yum yum. If you know there's more than one, then you'll get put into a wheel, like how we selected the commander. We'll spin it randomly, whatever the name lands on. I will send you the commander that I built the deck around. So you can either be inspired and build the same deck that I built. You could just think that the card is cool, the commander is cool, and you want to build your own thing. You just want the card. You could just want the card with it and not want to build anything for it. You could already just want to put it in a different pre-existing deck you already have. I don't care. The card will be yours at the end of the video. The goal is to give back, to inspire people to build, to make myself a better deck builder, and to then give back to the people that have been viewing my videos. So let's pick a commander. Let's spin the wheel, and let's get right the F into Commander Roulette. Spin that chamber, baby. Let's see what we get. Now none of these are overly crazy. A lot of these are kind of lower end, more difficult to build around commanders. Lesser known, maybe not as popular, but the reason I wanted to do this is, one, I can give back and maybe I don't know, encourage people, inspire them to build something funny or weird or in a certain way, or just maybe the commander that they see they're interested in alone and they don't give a shit about what I did. That's fine too. It's more so just to harness my skills and to become a better deck builder, and then also in turn giving back with cards that I might not be using, you know. So I think that's a cool way to do it. So let's see here. We've shuffled. Now these are only creatures, so we will only get a creature here. So this will be the first Commander Roulette commander, and it is Jorkadine, first Gold Warden. 2 mana 2/2 human rebel with trample, and then says when Jorkadine whenever Jorkadine first Gold Warden attacks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then if Jorkadine's power is 4 or greater, draw a card. This would be an interesting one. So this one is caring more about the amount of equipped creatures, not the amount of equipment on the creature itself. So they want you, so maybe those like roll token things, because that's equipped, right? So anything like that. Okay, cool. All right, so I have a direction, and now we just need to find out the power level we're going to be working with. So let's figure it out. So I had pre-made this wheel for Commander Roulette. If you can see, it's called the Commander Roulette wheel. It has brackets 1 through 4, and I click it, you spin the wheel, and wherever it lands determines the bracket and the budget. So this is the first spin we ever did, and we got bracket 2, and I was happy about that. If you couldn't tell, I was really hoping we didn't get bracket 1 on the first start. I think that's what I'm talking about here. It's just I really was wanting to not have to do a meme deck as the first Commander Roulette deck, so I was really happy about bracket 2, and I like bracket 2. It can give you a lot of variety, so we were set up pretty good here to have fun. The first thing I wanted to do, and what I typically do whenever I build a new deck, is that I get the commander and I load it up into an architect. Now, the next part is not always set in stone. It depends on the type of deck I'm building. For a deck like Jorkadeen, where I went into it knowing the type of creatures and abilities I wanted, I know for a fact I didn't have a lot of them. So typically I would go through my cards first, but in this case, because of Jorkadeen and what he's doing and what he wants, I know that I didn't have a lot of cards personally in regards to the specific part of him that works with his kit and having equipped creatures, right? I didn't have a lot of those, like roll token style cards. So my objective was, okay, I'm going to load up EDH Rec. I'm going to look for as many of those cards that are going to be in that category or something that I don't know of or I don't have, right? Because I do like going through my cards, looking at what I have, and being able to kind of pick through and sift through what I have to be able to put cards in decks, because going through material cards is a lot easier because you can hold the card, you can read the card, sifting through them. I just find it more of an enjoyable process. And then I go to the online only, looking online, looking at forums, anybody posting about cool pieces, maybe lesser known cards that aren't too popular, that maybe would be tough to find, that you're looking for, that fit a certain vibe. So you're seeing me right now go through the thought process. I'm talking about what I'm looking for. We're talking about the highest percentage cards not always being worth putting it in here. I know that I was touching on the fact that when you go to EDH Rec, it's kind of easy to fall into the trap of only wanting to put the best, highest percentage shit in there, and sometimes that's not always actually the best thing for the deck. So I'm kind of just talking through here what I'm trying to avoid, what I'd like to include, but mostly I'm looking for reasonably mana costed, equipable roll token creatures. Some of the creatures in this category or of this type can tend to be a little bit intensive on the mana cost and not have a great payoff, but they're doing what I'm looking for, right? So you kind of are walking a razored edge on, you have to be careful, keep your curve reasonable, keeping your task at hand though. So you obviously are trying to still do your goal of roll token creatures, getting Jorkadeen big, swinging him with trample, getting commander damage in. But at the same time, you have to make sure that it's reasonable for you to do that, because at the end of the day, these are token creatures. So if somebody blinks them or wipes them out, you are now like kind of running out of your equipped creatures, right? So that's the problem we kind of had to solve and work around. So you're going to go in and see my thought process just from what I'm picking. But a lot of this stuff I'm going to kind of chop up or speed up, because it's truly me looking at the CMC, looking at what it does, looking at the token that it's making, and determining if it's worth putting in over a different one. Don't forget, we're working under a $50 budget for this deck. So if you're ever kind of curious as to why I picked something or why I didn't pick something, most of the time it's going to be because whatever I'm looking for, maybe if it was a good pick, it was maybe just too expensive for what the deck was wanting. We're not counting basic lands, that was already determined, but for the time of making this deck, it was, I think, $48 or something like that without the basic land costs. I think right now it's changed slightly. Actually, I have it pulled up here. Let me see. Excluding so this deck has gone up in price a little bit. I don't know what card did. It's only a couple of. So right now the deck is sitting at $57, and it says minus the basic lands at $55. So something did go up in price. But when I made this deck, and I showed it at the end of the video, so you'll see, it was under the $50 mark. So I'm curious to what went up. But this deck is very cool. And I will say that this is a deck that I would never have made myself. It's weird. It's something I've honestly never thought I would be interested in doing. Boros is a weird combo for me. It's a love-hate relationship. I have an Impakal deck that is Boros, and I really, really like. But I typically am not a red player. I've gotten better and gotten more involved in playing more red, and I've actually enjoyed it more. And this type of series, I think, is really starting to open me up to letting go of the reins a little bit, being more willing to go outside of my comfort zone with my typical color combos that I like, or things of that nature. And I think that as a Magic the Gathering player alone, not just Commander, but as a Magic the Gathering player alone, the more you can push your boundaries and improve your skills of the game, you don't necessarily need to play to win all the time, but the game becomes easier to understand, easier to play, easier to respond to. You have less questions. There's more things that you totally have a grasp on, and I think that that's the goal for me. I want to get to the point where I'm confident in everything I'm doing. I don't want to be worried about if I'm misplaying, because I'm at that point now where I'm still new enough into the game where like there's certain cards or certain mechanics that I'm not well enough versed in that I don't feel super confident in them. And so this is a type of series I felt like that would be awesome. Gets me to work on my weaknesses, of deck building or building around things that I don't like to build around typically. And then also I get to give it back to you guys, to somebody that maybe would love Jorkadine or things of this nature, right? A cool, like, giving you a push in a direction, maybe you follow it, maybe you don't. That was just such a cool idea to me. And I know that this is maybe boring, I'm just kind of yapping, but I'm trying to not leave too much downtime. I'm going to speed up a lot of these things. But I kind of covered my bases, right? A lot of my talking is going to be just about price. So right now you're just watching me kind of think through, looking at the prices, seeing what do I feel is worth trying to jam, what do I think is worth the price compared to other things. CMC value also meaning a lot. And then, you know, space, right? We only have space for 100 cards. I have to make sure that in a bracket 2 that all the cards have a purpose to some degree. Not like it's, you know, we're not trying to make this thing straight as an arrow in regards to how it functions. We don't want it to be, you know, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 tutoring, turn 4 win. That's not a bracket 2, right? We're trying to make this deck fun, trying to make it casual, but also give it the capability of winning, you know. So I'm probably going to take a little break from yapping. I'll probably speed through a little bit of this and I'll come back if there's something pivotal, but I'm going to speed up the footage a little bit, and hopefully, you know, the video isn't too insufferable to sit through. I'm trying to make it interesting for you guys and talk, but I know that my yapping can get a little much. I just recorded so much of this deck building. I mean, I literally recorded the whole process. Like, I'm done. The deck's done. And my microphone was not picking up any audio. So the video is gonna, we'll just continue the video. The video is fine. I'm gonna be a nature documentary person here in a little bit, but we got the deck done. Well, we're fine. We got the deck built. This isn't the way I wanted it to happen, but we will make do. Boy, that's painful. That is painful. That one hurts. That one hurts. So we have arrived to the pivotal moment where you finally get to see the finished deck, alongside my depression. Apparently, in the video you saw, it has gone over. So you see, if it's at $55.29. So before it was at like 47. But here's the deck. Jorkadine, first Gold Warden, cares about equipped creatures. You guys already know that already. Let's go through quickly what we landed on. So we got 4 sorceries, 22 artifacts, 14 creatures, 8 enchantments, 14 instants, 36 lands, and a singular planeswalker. At one point in the video, I was talking about Jorkadine and what he wants to do, and I said the creatures are important. The creatures are important, but I was more so talking about the creatures that are attaching to the artifacts that are making the tokens, right? Those are the creatures I was more so trying to emphasize that are, you have to kind of keep them safe because they're token creatures. These ones, not as much. Now, these feed into it, but we're going to go over what the cards do a little bit. Electro Duplicate, Helping Hand, Renegade Tactics, Seize the Spoils. Sorceries, all here to kind of help me just get some good value. Making a token that's a copy, returning a target from the graveyard. Target creature can't block, good for Jorkadine because I'm wanting him to attack a lot. And then just basically red ramp, right? For the artifacts, this is where we're getting a lot of the synergies with Jorkadine. Arcane Signet and Soul Ring are going to be in here, so that's not necessarily going to matter. But starting with Bard Batterfist, it's for Mirrodin, so that means it's going to be making a token. It's going to equip automatically to it. So as soon as you cast this, it's going to make a a +1/-1 token creature with this attached. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for equipped creatures, and that's exactly what it is. So same thing with this for Mirrodin. I'm kind of going to speed through it because it take a while. For Mirrodin token, Bloodforge Battle Axe, deals combat damage. You create a token that's a copy of this. That would be for Jorkadin himself. Citizen's Crowbar, I talked about this in the muted section of the video. I read over it, but it says when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1, create and equip it to it. It's a citizen token. And it says +1/+1 has 1 white and tap, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then equip. Just cool, good utility, and it also makes the token. That's what I'm looking for. Diamond Pickaxe, it is indestructible, and whenever the creature gets +1, and whenever it attacks, create a treasure token. This would be for Jorkadin. Attached to a creature you control, this is an automatic, like a flash attach, which is really nice. Dunedain Blade, this is just to equip human. Jorkadin's a human, that's why I have it. For Mirrodin, for each artifact you control, there's going to be a lot of artifacts, and then you can make a copy of it. So pretty cool. Inquisitor's Flail, most people should probably know this one. This is the more popular one. Deals double damage, take half damage. For Mirrodin, trample, sack it, 3 damage, and equip 1. So low cost to cast, low equip cost. Living Weapon, so it makes a token. Massive Ingenuity copies an equipment, so would be really good for any of this, but specifically something like this. Quite a spike. When you deal damage, they lose half their life. Samurai's Katana, job select, so basically like for Mirrodin, just a different version of it. Soul Ring, Swift of Boots, you guys know those. Talisman of Conviction, you know those. Oh my god, Talisman of Conviction. And then Whispers of Cloak, I like this one, this is cool. The creatures, Ogma and White, just, you know, kind of like opposition agent, but not as strong. Blade Graft, Aspirant, Menace, equipment costs 1 less. And then if it targets it, it costs 1 less as well. So just, you know, equipment synergies. Same thing here, equipment synergies. Eowyn, kind of just like her own thing, but this was the main line I got it for right here. Atali is melee, he is kind of on his own. So this was what I was thinking about not putting in the deck, but I did put it in just because I do think that Atali has good value in a lower bracket. It's a lot more 50-50 because you could get a pretty crappy cards in lower brackets, but Atali is just naturally so scary that it kind of would take the attention away from maybe Jorkadin or some of the other things. So he can take attention away, he can gain me card value from other people's decks. But overall, I think it's just a good card to have in here, especially because I have a lot of things that can already, you know, take up the battlefield. So it's not like I'm hurting to get them out quick. Furion. Equipped creatures have haste, and then whenever a non-token equipment enters, create a token that's a copy of it. So that's pretty cool, I thought. You do have to sack it, though, obviously. Foundry Inspector, everybody knows that one, most likely. Pure Steel Paladin. On equipment entry, you draw a card, and then they have equip 0 if you have 3 or more artifacts. This card is very strong. Very, very strong. Creature control, that's enchanted, equips attacks, it gains double strike. This one's cool. This is a flavoring include. It didn't maybe need to be put in here, but it's just a cool card. I like it. SRAM, most people know him. Stonehaven Outfitter, equipped creatures get +1/+1. Most of my creatures will be equipped. And then whenever it dies, draw a card. This card's kind of cool. Whenever it enters the battlefield, I may pay X. If you do search aloud for an equipment card with converted mana cost X or less, put it into the battlefield. So if I've determined that like Quiet as Spike is a really important one, or Kemba's Banner maybe even. I mean, I don't know. Kemba's Banner maybe would be pretty good. But then I could just tutor it with this little fella. So kind of cool. And then Voyager Quick Welder, good for artifacts energy. Elspeth, just a good planeswalker. You create a lot of bodies. I mainly got her for this, the bodies. But then this is really nice. If you can get her to the ultimate, it's very good. Sunclass, enchanted creature 1+1/+3, and then you could return this to my hand. Or enchanted creature, I'm sorry, enchanted creature to my hand. So it's like the phasing card almost, but it's not as strong. Pacifism, slow people that are attack heavy down. Maybe Voltron-y can shut them down that way. Multi-kicker, so you can do this. You can put a lot into this, get a lot of +1s, but whenever you kick it, to return X target creature cards from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is good, especially in white-red. Forge Anew, you can return equipment. As long as it's my turn, you can activate abilities as long as you can cast an instant and then pay 0. Blood Mist, at the beginning of your combat, your turn, target creature gains double strike. Again, would probably be Jorkadin trying to go for a commander damage kill. Blacksmith's Talent, really cool synergy card. When enters, create a colorless equipment artifact named Sword. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and equip 2 at the beginning of combat on your turn. Attach target, so then once you level it up at the beginning of combat, you can get a free equip each time. And then during your turn, equipped creatures get double strike and haste. So if you didn't have a thing, if you had like Colossus Hammer in here, a lot of really cool synergies, but actually I do want to see, I think Colossus Hammer is just too, oh, wait a second, fellas. I'm going to put it in the maybe board. Colossus Hammer, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier. Colossus Hammer is definitely a good thing to possibly include because of just if you can eliminate the equip cost, because it's equip 8. That's the big downside to Colossus Hammer. The equip cost is monumental. Banishing Light, just another removal spell. Or removal enchantment, sorry, I should say. Just holds it. And then if any creature is put in your graveyard from play, you may bury Angelic Removal and put one of those creatures into play. Kind of a cool card. And now, instant, a lot of removal. We have a Braid, Burst Lightning, you know, the Salvos shit. Like, I don't want to go too much, you know, indestructible things, spells here. 4 damage, permanents getting indestructible, double strike. Divine Resilience is kind of like Another, like, again, instant speed, indestructible, not on my watch, eliminate attacking, or sorry, exile attacking creatures, not kill. I thought it was actually just kill. It is exile. That's so cool. This is a great card. Not a lot of people use this, but I think it's because it's 2 mana compared to like Swords to Plowshares, which is a 1. But I think it's cool. Got some good flavor. Path to Exile, you know that. Rebel Salvo, affinity for equipment, really cool. And then you can make something lose indestructible. Release to memory, basically you exiling someone's graveyard and just making a shit ton of bodies for it. Target creature gaining +2/+2, and then indestructible until end of turn. Savage Alliance, this is a cool card. It's a 3 mana with Escalate. You target player gains target player controls. Oh my god, I'm having a stroke. Creatures target player controls gain trample until end of turn. It deals 2 damage to a target or creature, and then deals 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls. So if you're playing as a token heavy deck, this is really cool for like the 1 damage against every creature. 2 damage to target creature, but then, you know, every creature gaining trample until end of turn. So you could technically do this on somebody else's turn that maybe is doing a big swing, give all their creatures trample. That'd be kind of brutal. Shelter, protection from the color of your choice. Draw a card. Swords, Plowshares, and Valor's Stance. Gain indestructible 10 to turn. Destroy target for toughness or less. Let's go over the curve again real quick. Curve is 2/3/6 right now. I really wanted it to feel as organic and natural as possible. So I kind of jammed some cards, got it to 100. Felt good, well-rounded. You know, the salt score is pretty low. It's properly bracketed. So yeah, I think this is a great deck, and I genuinely am going to keep this in my Architect deck list as a possible, like, you know, in the future I can maybe build this and give it its reps. But thank you guys for watching so much. I'm sure I'll do an outro of some kind, but this has been the Jorkadine first Gold Warden. Oh my god, did I say that right the first time? I usually have a stroke trying to say this guy's name. For Commander Roulette, the first episode. He's a bracket to $50 budget, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. And remember, if you are interested in Jorkadine, if you like his playstyle, like what he's got going on, if you think you could do something with it and you're interested, make sure you comment down below that you are interested in Jorkadine. If more than one people are, or more than one people, oh my god, more than one person are interested, I'm going to put you guys into the wheel like how we did to get to this deck, and then whatever it lands on, you will get the Jorkadine first Gold Warden card sent to you. We'll just get in contact, and then we'll get your information. I'll send it to you. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Jorkadine Gold Warden deck, Commander Roulette, the first episode. I'm so stoked. I'm sorry for the audio issues, but thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I can't wait to make more of these. This was really in depth, really helped me work on my deck building skills, and I'm so excited for more. See ya.